Today we are a little bit speaking about homeland. What does it mean, homeland? And if you heard the name Dlouhy, Daniel Dlouhy, he's from Innsbruck, but Dlouhy is not an Innsbruck name.
No, it's from Czech Republic now.
Yeah, and also my name, Groschup, is not Innsbruck name. I'm coming from Bohemia. We are neighbor. We was neighbors, and now we are neighbors again. So, yes, what does it mean, homeland? I have a question. The first question I have to you is: what was the reason for you to do this film? Is this biographical or?
Not really, but it is a personal film for me. Sorry, you just give me a sign when I'm too not too loud. And I'm really interested in this identity problem you saw, and because of my heritage. So this was basically the main reason why I decided to do this movie. When I first get in contact with this topic. And in Tyrol it's very famous that there are living Tyroleans in Peru. So, and I never heard of it, so I wondered why. And I started to research, and I came up with with a lot of things. And basically I found it very interesting that in Peru these Tyroleans get supported very well. So they can live their culture and have their churches and stuff. And in Tyrol it's not like that. So if people from abroad come to our country, we say, okay, you can come to us, but please integrate and don't leave your culture. We don't like it so much. So this was the main reason why I was interested in this topic.
And now my second question, and then I hope the people will do questions to you. What was the reason for this migration in 160 years ago?
Yeah. Basically in Tyrol at this time it was a very poor country. They were all farmers and there were harsh winters, so it was economic reasons why people wanted to leave, and also family reasons. Sorry, my English is bad. Because in Tyrol at this time, when you get the farm from your parents, only the first child gets this farm, and all the other children get nothing. They can decide if they want to work for their brother mostly, or leave. So they had nothing basically, and a lot of poor people came out of this system. So and they were also not allowed to marry, because you have to give your wife something, some money, some cows, sheep, camel maybe. So a lot of people were not allowed to marry officially. So they wanted to go away and live their life. And also it was for the moving out was also religious reasons, because as you heard in the movie before, they all had to be Catholics. So it was there were not really questions asked. The main reason was just you have to be a Catholic, and then you're allowed to go to Peru and get your land and your sheep and start there a new life. So these were three reasons why they come to Tyrol and ask Tyroleans to come. They first started in Germany to gather some people, but nobody really wanted to go, because they said, what should I do in the jungle? It's not really reasonable to go there. And the one who searched for the people had to go far down to the south, and in Tyrol he found his soil and the people who wanted to follow him. but as you heard, the project went not really well because he searched for 5,000 people and only 300 people from Tyrol and South Germany went to Peru.
Mogoče kakšno vprašanje iz publike? Anybody would like to ask anything?
I'm interested. In our country are also people from old Yugoslavia, and I know Slovenes. They was coming to work. And how is it nowadays with the are people from Slovenia going out of the country or
Oh yes, very much going out, especially intellectuals, artists, specialists, educated people are leaving.
And what is the reason why?
Because they don't get work.
Aha. Yeah, but you are Slovenia is also a country of
where people come to work.
The European Union.
Oh, but don't you know we are the center of a crisis nowadays?
No. No, because I say no because we have no informations.
I know.
In our newspapers we have no informations. Yeah, I'm happy because I'm coming several times in the year to have these discussions about Kino Otok. And last time I was there was this big on the street
the riots.
Yeah, against Janša.
Yeah.
I was there with my wife Eva from wife, and we was there, and we hope that can something change, and now we have you have now a new government.
Yes, but not much changed now.
Aha.
The politics didn't change much.
No, but
Financial politics.
I just wanted to ask Daniel, what do you think will happen there?
Yeah, I think the language will vanish, and they try to keep it really hard, but they don't find any more younger people who talk it. And it's a little bit different because they talk Tyrolean, Tyroleanese, I don't know what's the first word. It's not real, it's a dialect of German, of course, but they try to keep this dialect, and nobody's, they don't have it in school. They try to have their German education there, and try to support some the followers of the Tyrolean migrants, but not really the whole country, the whole valley, basically. So the support from the Tyrolean side is really going into a wrong direction, and I think they will become like a little Disneyland for the Peruvian people, because in Lima, when you go there, everybody knows this name Posuso. It's very well known. Not a lot of people have been there, but almost everybody in Lima knows somebody who has some ideas of Posuso. And the Posusinos also try to sell themselves as Europeans. And people from Lima go there to look at Europeans. So, yeah, this is, I think it will become more touristic. They try to force it in this direction. And they also want it to become mass touristic place. Because when we were there, it was February and it was rainy season, and nobody else except us was there. So they also tried to play this role, the Disneyland role, and go into the traditional clothes for us at the first 2 or 3 days. And they also said when we arrived, oh, it's nice that you come. We have a band playing for you when you enter this gate. We can play Tyrolean music for you. And we said, no, please don't do that. It's not the thing we want, but nice, thank you. So yeah, they tried to play at first 2 or 3 days, and we didn't film anything. And then it was over. Then they said, okay, they are not really interested, and they become, you know, like the people who you saw there, and just living and try to cope with their life, and so yeah, it needed some time for us to get into it. But I think, yeah, they force the tourism way, because the thing with the cow cattle thing is not really working anymore. They don't get the money they want, especially to feed everybody. There are 8,000 people living in this valley, and only a few are very rich. For Peruvian standards, they are very rich.
Everywhere.
And this will, I think, of course, become a problem more than it is now.
Yeah, but
So
was it easy to film, or how was the situation? In the beginning, you began to film.
Yeah. At first, we had a lot of contacts by mail and via telephone with some people who we get to know and wanted to interview. And at first, it was really strange, because they were very happy that Tyroleans come to visit Tyroleans. And this was after 2 weeks. I got a little bit sick there, because it was so narrow. Everybody, they tried to really hop on and tried to catch us and, you know, make the interview with me. And after driving around in this village, you know everybody, and everybody is waving, and you have to greet everybody. And because we were the only strange people there, basically, with the camera. But then it changed a little bit, and as you saw, we tried to have at least 1 day with everybody we interviewed. We had about, I don't know, 20 people we interviewed, and we tried just to follow them. And after some getting to know each other, we started recording, and most of the people were really open and talkative, and showed more than they should, I think. So in the cutting process, we tried to save some people, because they said very bad things about other people. And we, you know, when you're doing an interview, and when somebody is willing to do an interview with you, you don't want to stand him in front of the camera and say, okay, now talk whatever you want, and I know it's shit is coming out and you're getting bad reactions. And we needed a lot saving these people, and not bring everything we heard on camera into the movie, because I don't want to have you know, the person who, this is a bad person. I don't want to make a movie like this. It's your decision to judge about these people, not mine, I think. And so it was strange, and it was a really interesting way of working with these people, and also a very hard way of filming all the other stuff because of the rain, and we destroyed our camera, and I fall down by following the old lady. She was walking down, and I fell down. So it was hard, but of course nice, and it was a very good Erfahrung. It was a very good experience. Thank you very much. Experience for me, and I love these people. So I like them, but I don't like what they say.
Do they mix with the Indian population?
Yes.
This old lady, she had grandchildren?
Mm-hmm.
Or
The one girl you saw at the end is her niece.
is her niece?
Yeah. And she said it in an interview before. She also had to marry an Indian guy because nobody else was left for her. So in the 1950s, so they started to mix really with a lot of people because the road opened, or they started to get a road. So more people came into this valley, because 100 years it was really isolated from the rest of Peru, and they needed to keep their language, and they needed everything because they were basically alone. And yeah, in the middle of the 90s it changed very dramatically. As you hear, they don't even want the bigger street to have, so they wish the old times back, as people do sometimes.
Did you see this documentary?
Please?
You showed this documentary to the people.
Some of them saw it. We try to organize a screening in Posuso. It's in July, I hope, when they get everything together, because they don't have a projection thing. Sorry. But when they have it, we will show it in public. And 2 people saw it. I know that they saw it. They were really happy. One of them wasn't even in the film, so he was happy. And the other one was Wilfredo, the guy who's standing on a, you see in the background the church. He saw it, and he was really happy about it, even though he's the touristic guy. And so yeah, they liked it, and they really wanted to show it to everybody and come together. And I hope they invite some Indian people also to come, because this is the main problem. But we hope that in July we can solve this matter, and everybody got a chance to see it. So.
Shikushna, могут upрашания? Some question? Some other question?
Did you like the movie? Is it? It's the first time for me to show it in abroad, outside of Austria.
But then,
So
yeah, people in Peru haven't seen it yet, but they saw it in Innsbruck. How was the projection there?
In Innsbruck it was very. It was difficult because in the premiere it was very nice. A lot of people came, but we had some really negative reactions. Almost, yeah, most of the time from people who work for in these clubs, who organize the money from Tyrol to Peru and organize the German classes there. And they said, you didn't make a good movie because nothing is in it. We built a hospital and you didn't put it inside, and we did this for the people and you didn't mention it and stuff. And I said, you know, I did the movie about what the people, what I got from the people, what they talked with me about. I made it to this. So if they don't mention the hospital, it seems not to be important for them. I'm sorry, okay, it's your opinion. But some people really shouted at me, and one was there. He was from a little town, a sort of a mayor or something, and he said, I heard you want to screen it in my town. When you do it, I will forbid it. And it was, there were also, of course, very positive reactions. Not of course, but gladly. There were a lot of positive reactions. And it was like a divided reaction. It was either it was very good or it was very bad. So this is what I like. And it was nice to talk about it after the screening. And some people don't want to talk, they just left. And I said, okay, let's talk about it after the screening, and I give you the time, and so I want to hear it. And they just left and said, I don't want to hear anything from you again. So you're like, so yeah, but it's their way, maybe, of showing what they think.
Yeah. Another question, maybe. Daniel, another question, maybe.
Yeah, you can tell me. Was it boring? Is it for Slovenian people? You're still here, so it couldn't be that boring. That's nice. But
I must say,
yes. No, I just wait.
I must say that the talk can also be outside of the hall, Daniel is here till the end of the festival. Also, Helmut is here. So we can all talk about the film or other films still when we meet on other locations. Yes.
I just wanted to say I'm glad that you come on this very nice weather, and I'm happy that a lot of people are here to see a documentary, which is not often, I think, because in Austria it's like in Slovenia very hard to get a movie finished and to get the financial stuff done, and so it's very nice to see a lot of faces in the audience. And
who gave you support
Helmut Groschub
for making the film?
Tyrol. A lot of money came out from the culture financial from Tyrol, and luckily we had some private people who gave me some money, and South Tyrol gave me money a little bit from there is a town called Bozen and in Italy, and they really are interested in this topic, and we will show the movie in August, maybe, in Italy, hopefully. So it was nice, yeah, and it was only, I can say it now, it was 20,000 euros for the whole movie, and we had a lot of people working for this thing for free, or for not a lot of money, and it's not much. I called a German television channel, and I said I made a movie for 20,000 euros, and it's about this and that, and they said, oh, very interesting, yeah, send it to us. And they said, 20,000? We make television movies for 150,000, and this is a low budget film for them. So, okay, good to know. So it's really not much, but I think in Slovenia it's the same, or the same issue, and so I'm happy that I get the chance to show it in Slovenia, and to show the movie on screen, because it was made for cinemas, and I hope we get a lot of other opportunities to show this film.
No, we have to mention that Slovenia and Austria are neighbor countries, and the time I began to cooperate with my friends in Ljubljana, I have had so less information about Slovenia, yeah? And if I see our papers or radio or TV, there is no information about Slovenia. This is like Slovenia is like Africa. So, and this is our aim, this cooperation between Kino Dvor and Leo Kino, or between Kino Otok and the International Film Festival in Innsbruck, to make it possible that our people get some information about the neighbor country, yeah? And if it's not possible by the media, so we have to do it, and we have had screenings from a lot of Slovenian films, from Vlado's films, from Jan Svetkovic, from every year we have films that I remember times before this cooperation. We have had Express from Igor Stark, and he won the public award in our festival. So we have a little bit of tradition in Innsbruck to give information about Slovenia, but not even if a government is changing in this country nobody knows. So I hope that we can continue this work, and therefore I brought this film to you, that you have also imagination about our country, about yeah. You gave also picture. No, you gave also pictures. This is always my wife. Typical.
Sorry.
Yeah. Everywhere. No, but we have traditions. We brought Tyrolean traditions to Peru. Yeah, and he was able to make a film about these traditions. And you heard that he said, is not in every edge of our country is your film beloved.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the authorities are giving money, yeah. For example, for a school, or for a hospital, or for infrastructure. But not for this intercultural exchange, and this is our therefore we are here to give a picture about something you don't know. This is cinema. To discover something. He discovered something what in our country is unknown. That this is cinema, and therefore we are here, and therefore we are working together in the next years.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.